Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Mr. B, Omondi Juma, and Phil. Guys, it's a short one, but we are the Man United agenda. Gentlemen, how we both doing today?
Feeling very, very good, to be honest. Absolute bouncing. Just can't believe. Can't believe it. Can believe it. Saw it coming, but just didn't want to believe it until it happened. And then obviously it did. Because we've been seen so many downsides over the last few years, last 10 years, sort of thing, where we almost got there and didn't quite. You just couldn't believe it just until even at the 85th minute, I was still like, come on, just come on. You're just thinking, let's get there. But yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm good.
Good. On Monday, how are we, sir?
Yeah, not too bad. Really gutted about I couldn't be with you yesterday. You look like you're having loads of fun. You, Errol, Pat Lawless came over from Ireland and for this special occasion. And Andy Tate was in the house as well. Came all the way from Manchester and was sitting in your living room and enjoying the party. I mean, and to get the result at the end of the day as well, a comfortable 2-0 win. I'm saying comfortable because the manager made it comfortable. And that's what we're here to talk about today, our special manager who's made this all possible, and we're giving a tribute to a very own Terry Ten Hag, as in Eric Ten Hag. But first of all, I'm just going to give a shout out to people might know Stephen Fleetley passed away this morning about 3 a.m. Stephen Fleetley, when we first started podcasting business, he was already involved. Stephen Fleetley, he's had liver disease since he was 2 years old, and he suffered all his life. And unfortunately, he got into a coma last week, and he's passed away around him with his family this morning about 3 a.m. Stephen, we're going to miss you, bro. If you don't know Stephen Fleetley, go and check him out. Stephen Fleetley, F Fleetley TV. He's an Arsenal fan, and God is good sometimes because his favourite player is Martinelli, and they reached out to Martinelli, and he scored a goal against Leicester, and he gave a tribute to Stephen Fleetley as well. So all the Arsenal fans come together, and there could be some more tributes coming out over the next game to show support for Stephen, who's a passionate fan. And also, when it comes to F1, Stephen Fleetley loved Lewis Hamilton, and he's got so much knowledge on F1. I've learned so much from him going on streams with him. So it's going to be a huge miss with the new F1 season coming around. Without you, Stephen Fleetley, man, I don't know. But he was in so much pain. But the thing with you have to look at this. Don't complain, guys. As long as you wake up and see the sun every day, that's a blessing, I believe, because Stephen Fleetley came on lives when he was sick, when he was struggling every day, and gave his best. And he could rib with the best of them. He was the best ribber on these social media podcasting. He would rip you a new one. And he's done it to me many a time. And I owe you, Stephen. I owe you. But big up, Stephen. We're going to miss you, bro. And our thoughts are with you and the family and the whole community. So reach out to him, guys, and go and invest some money into liver disease and things like that. Because he gave a lot to charity. All his time, all his podcasting was for charities. Stephen, from all of us at the Man United agenda, again, we rate you, we love you, and we miss you, bro.
Okay. Well said, Omondi. Well said, man. Well said. Guys, we see all the comments in the chat. We'll get to them at some stage. Look, I don't want to make trivial of it, but we've got a show to do. So look, let's get on with it. Ten Hag, genius, magician, Jedi Knight, all of these things could probably be directed at him. To be fair, I'm not in disbelief at the trophy that we won yesterday. That I did believe that we would have won. I said 3-1, but it was still a 2-goal margin. So as far as I'm concerned, I was right. But the way that he's transformed what a year ago, just think about it, a year ago, we were on here cussing. So we were getting fined every week. Now we have, when did we swear? He's brought a calmness to my bank balance and a calmness to my mind. Ten Hag, man, I think he's an absolute genius. What you feeling?
Yeah. Go on, you go first on Monday. I sense
Right,
you.
look,
Yeah,
guys,
breathe
two
out
things
there.
come to mind. I mean, this is massive. They say if it's broken, don't try to fix it. We've been broken. Come on now. For the last 10 years, we've been broken as a club. And you can't repair it. It's like getting a plate and smash it in little pieces and say, fix that if you dare. Every manager's come along, trying to put pieces together, glue it together. They can't get anywhere. Ten Hag's come along. And now he's spinning plate, as Andy Tate was saying the other day. And if they're breaking, it's okay. But the ones that are breaking are the bad apples. He's getting them out of the club. First thing he done, got all the bad players out of the club. People with bad attitudes. If you're bad, you get fined. There was a law, list of commandments. He went up to Alex Ferguson's office and he came back down with his commandments on a scroll to say, these are the laws that we abide by. And he stuck by them. And that's how you get respect and discipline in the club. That's the first thing you need to do. The players respect him. And we can lead, well, we saw with the final and the result at the end. Even Harry Maguire was smiling because he made him, like they did with Brian Robson and Bruce, lift the trophy together. It wasn't heavy. It's just that it's trying to bring people on side. You understand what I'm saying? So the players, for one, are starting to play for him. It takes a few weeks. Bruno said the other day in an interview, he was saying, after the first few weeks when he's giving all this hardcore discipline and everything else, people are like, really? Let's see what happens when Ronaldo does this. Let's see what happens when someone tries that. My gosh, suddenly it's like, this guy means business. And that's why you play for him. That's why you work, go the extra mile for him. Tactically, he's on point. A genius, trust me. We haven't seen the half of it yet. We're so used to seeing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer saying, "Yeah, we got to do it the old United way." What does that mean? It means nothing. Ten Hag, if you talk to him about tactics, or if one of the journalists ask him, he will be able to break it down brilliantly. Making adjustments. You throw him a Rubik's cube, he'll fix it in minutes. He make adjustments just like that. He's such a Don Gargan. Look at the Leeds game where we played each other twice in a week. We weren't up for it. First game, second game, made the amendments, and we beat them. Barcelona, same again, same applied. Came back and beat them. And we're getting more confidence as a fan base based on this one man, a man who's a manager and should be paid the most at the club. He's turned us around. So I'm wearing my robe today because in honor of this man here, because I believe in him, and I think all fans start to believe in him again. Great clubs need great managers. We captured him, and he's above these guys. And what did he say when he first come here? All reigns come to an end. All empires come to an end. And the City and Liverpool is referring to, they are going to come to an end because we are on coming back now. This is a revival of Man United Football Club. And everyone, the fan base, is loving it right now. Isn't it right, Phil?
Absolutely. 23rd of May, 2022. He sat there in the presser and said, eras come to an end. Just like Fergie did many years ago. I'm going to knock him off the perch. Just did it in his own little unique way, basically saying, give it a chance, give me time to settle, and I will. And he absolutely has done. He's just took the club by storm. He got it right from the very, very beginning. All over social media, all he was doing was meeting everybody in the club, from the cook to the secretary to the admin to absolute everyone. He was going to the canteen and people just sat eating the lunch, and suddenly Ten Hag appears and he shook everyone's hand and wanted to know about who they were. He wanted to be part of the club. Not, I'm in my office, come and make an appointment. I am part of this club. I want to be everybody involved in this project, and he showed that from the beginning. And if you weren't involved in the project, out you go. Done. No matter who you are, I'll give you a chance. I'll give everybody a chance. To me, the first chance he provided was to Harry Maguire, because everybody knew it was time to give up the captaincy, and he said, no, there you go, keep your captaincy. New manager coming in had every opportunity to change the captaincy to De Gea, to Bruno, to whoever he felt was right at that moment. And he just didn't. He stuck with Maguire, and I said that was the only mistake he made, but I don't think he did. I think that just showed, again, another way of saying, look, anybody, if they're not good enough, they will not start. And that proved it for me, because everyone was like, oh, it's captain, you can't get the captain out. Absolutely not the thing at all with Ten Hag. If you weren't ready, if you're not good enough for the team, if you're not wearing the shirt 100% of the time, giving 100% effort without making mistakes and learning from them, sorry, you're just going to have to wait your turn and try again. And then he gave Ronaldo the chance. Ronaldo, the Cristiano Ronaldo, came back to return to his legacy and get us that extra trophy, and we've done it without him. He made the mistake of thinking he was bigger than the club, which we know from history. You do not make that mistake at Man United. If you think you're bigger than the club, off you go. You know, Moisey wasn't big enough to be able to handle the big players. Ollie wasn't. Even Mourinho got it wrong with Pogba and Shaw, telling him he was too fat and I had to tell him where to stand. He just did not know how to get people on side. Ten Hag's come in and said, come on, boys, we're a team here. Let's get together. And he has been awesome. Awesome. And yesterday, he got his just deserves.
Can I just say, Mr. B, we're going to come to you now, but I know you bought that Man United shirt as probably a size medium or something, but your chest has been swelling up since Ten Hag's coming in. So maybe we need to buy you an extra large to feel that swell up chest that you have right now and that pump you got going on. Talk to us.
Listen, this my day. I got up and went to work normally. I've been smiling at every customer. You know me.
That's not like you.
Oh, right. You know that. Oh, you're in a good mood today. You know what I did? I opened my fucking hoodie and showed them my badge. Oh, that's why. And I walked off smiling. I've had the best fucking day, bro. I've had the swearing again. So I've had the best day. Honestly, I've had the best day. This guy has just made me so happy. And to think this is the first one. As Marshall's got a comment in there, one down, 3 to go, or 1 down, 3 to go. I'm not going to be a greedy bitch. I will take another one. I'll take another one and Champions League qualification. I'm done. I'm done. The league, we were never in. And I believe there is a chance, but it takes for them to slip up. If Arsenal win the league, fuck them. Oh, yeah. I'll just mute my phone. I won't have to listen to them. But come next year, when he's been here a year, the players who he wants are going to understand. Look at there's a couple of things I look at. Anthony, when he didn't play, you realize that we missed him. He knows the system. Martinez, players that he worked with, knows the system. You know, I know he went all Dutch in the beginning, but you know, I think there's players out there who are realizing, Jesus Christ, something's happening at Old Trafford, you know. And if we get whoever, there's going to be issues in the summer with those bastards because it's not going to be a straight up sell. We know that now by the little whispers coming out. But if they are gone by the summer, we've got a clean slate. Good grief. We're going to have De Jong praying that Ten Hag comes back in for him, because as soon as he bids, he's going to say, yeah, fuck Spain. I'm going to get my Wellington boots, my Mac and my wellies, sell my convertible and get a hard top. I'm moving to Manchester. So I think things are really, really moving forward at the moment, man.
I mean, when you talk about impact, I mean, look, you don't expect things to happen overnight, but we've seen, I mean, he hasn't had much time to get his training in. We haven't really had a full camp, even though we went away for the Spanish thing, but it was half a team because of the World Cup and everything else. So I think we're improving all the time. It's not like we're playing well, like Ollie did first opening games from the manager bounce when Ollie came in. We won like 10, 11 games maybe on the bounce, and then we started to find our true form. So I think this is consistently getting better and better and better, taking baby steps, training session over and over again. The players are getting it. It's like becoming telepathic now. We're seeing better plays, patterns of play. We're seeing how we can open up teams on a low block. We're seeing how Rashford. Actually, I'm not going to talk about individual players. I'm going to leave that to you, Phil. Tell us some players that have been inspired by this man.
I'll start with Wan-Bissaka.
Oh, wow.
He was out. He was out the club. He was pretty much done. His style of play, even though he had all the tackles last season, and he was, when you look at the statistics, he was making the most tackles. But actually, was he making the most tackles because he made a mistake? Was he making the most tackles but then the ball had gone past him? The whole picture wasn't there. Ten Hag went, no, I don't like this. You can make those tackles in the moments you need to, but most of the time you need to stay on your feet. And that is when he went, okay, Dalot got injured. Wan-Bissaka came in, took his chance, and has took it with aplomb because he was absolutely outstanding. And he got a record yesterday in that game. 7 tackles, the most in a cup final.
And he played
in 45 minutes, and the previous record was 7 tackles in 120 minutes. And he absolutely. So it sounds like nothing. You think seven tackles. That's it, But it was immense, and that was a record that he brought yesterday. So I start with him because I know he's brought Martinez. We already know about Varane. We know he's like Rolls Royce material. He's got the best out of Luke Shaw again. I mean, you could literally start with every single player. De Gea, we know he's I believe he's the world's best shot stopper at this moment. His weakness is his distribution. Ten Hag and his team are working with De Gea, working on ways to distribute, whether it's playing out from the back or getting some 1 or 2 long kicks which are going to the right place. You know, even you go through to midfield. You got Fred, who's playing absolutely fantastic. Yes, I know he still had his moments. I know he still has his moments of weakness, and he's like up and down a little bit. But his ups are so much higher than they've been before. The fan base aren't going, "Oh, I can't believe we paid 50 million for him anymore," because he's really turned into a fantastic player alongside Casemiro. Eriksen, we know about him. You know, you can say things about him all day. Sabitzer, he's been brought him in.
Phil, you know what, Phil? Yes. You know what, Phil? You're going through the whole team. Save some for Mr. B. But unfortunately for us, we can save some for Mr. B because there's so many players to think about. So without naming ones Phil's been named already, name another player that's been inspired by this new management, Mr. B. Because you named a lot there, Phil. I was thinking, oh God, you're running out. No, we're not running out. There's plenty more.
Oh no, I've got loads more.
Am I allowed to say Marcus Rashford?
Well, that's the obvious one. Give us a little summary about him. What's happened with Rashford, man?
I just think at the moment confidence is a crazy thing in football. Obviously I've played at not a very high level, but I've played, and when I've been hot. So I understand I don't understand what he's going through in regards to scoring, but confidence. And I think we said it. It's not just him, but his individual. He's now beating a man. You know, last year when we were saying, no, he's not slowing down. He's not stopping the man. He's going at him 100. He's now stopping them, starting them, stopping them, and starting them again. You know, he's got the confidence to go past the player and keep on going. You know, I just think that he now is. Not saying limitless, but there's a lot of going to the World Cup and not playing. I think was good for him mentally. It was good for him. Ten Hag, obviously, you know already, his man management skills have been absolutely superb. We talk about Jadon Sancho. I mean, we don't say he's back to smiling, which is good enough for me. That's good enough for me. His form will come back under Ten Hag. So mine is Rashford.
I'm just going to jump in with Sancho. I'll be very brief with this because we're going to wind up. But yeah, Sancho, not because of a player. We all know Sancho's a fantastic player, a young player. But we've seen what happens with other young players who've come through the ranks recently. Mason, you know who. So you need to be grounded. And I think he's prevented something from happening in the future by grounding him, putting him through some discipline process, putting him through some mental process, spiritual process, and making him come back a better player and aware, sees the day. You're at Manchester United Football Club. Whatever's happened to him, he's healed him. And that shows care. You don't have to be ruthless in this game. Ruthless aggression, as they say, Paddy. You don't have to be ruthless. You can treat people with care and you can come back and get that respect. And I'm sure in the future, when I read Sancho's book in the future, this season where I think that's been a major transformation to him, for his career going forward. Because this is someone who should be in an England squad and in a hard position where you've got all these great players, forward players in this England generation. He should be the main man. And I think what's happened this season will change him for the rest of his footballing career. And he will be grateful for that forevermore, for the care and the love he received from Ten Hag. That's good.
Absolutely, completely agree with that. You know, his man management style is absolutely fantastic. He's dealt with so many different personalities in so many different ways. As we say, you know, we've talked about Ronaldo with what he did, and the way he dealt with that situation.
Yeah.
Say again.
Yeah, talk Ronaldo, please. Yeah, just cover that one for me, man, because I don't think people realise the impact of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, you know, he gave him his chance. You know, he's let's be honest. At the time, he's still arguably one of the greatest players in the world who's played football historically. Not saying he is right now, because let's be honest. You know, at the time, Ten Hag said, "Look, it's time to go." It was absolutely the right time, and you know, from what you hear, what you read of what was going on inside the club, and you think, "Oh no, it's only rumours." And then when he came out and made that interview, he just kind of went, "No, enough's enough. Off you go. You're not coming back." you're not coming back. He'd already had his strops where he'd left the pitch, and others had followed because they think if Ronaldo can do it, I can do it. And he's like, no, absolutely not. I'm getting grip of this straight away. And he saw the weakness, but he still gave him his chance. He wasn't going to give him a chance to say, you didn't give me my chance. He made him captain. He gave him his opportunities. He was not taking his opportunities. And Ten Hag said, look, obviously that was the final straw. That was probably a blessing in disguise. When that interview came out, as fuming as everybody was, the fans, that was the best thing that could have happened, because it was a perfect way for Ten Hag to say, shake his hand and say thanks, off you go. And then from then, Rashford's blossomed. Sancho's had a chance to come back. Anthony's space. Even Police Street we've seen. We wouldn't have seen all this because we were still trying to play to Ronaldo's strengths, and his strengths were now weaker than what they used to be. So one of the greatest things he's done was having to get rid of Ronaldo, and I never thought I'd say that.
Sorry, there was a message up here from Stuart. I'm gonna come back. Time's up anyway, but it's this one. Stuart, if you are on tomorrow, my brain is like a sieve. I'll be honest. Remind me about this question. I've got a little idea on it that I've got a little thing on it that I'm gonna drop tomorrow. But we'll leave that. But guys, we said it was a quick one. Omondi, respect for joining up, man. Cheers. Oh God.
Mr. B, you okay?
Am I getting dementia?
Are you okay?
Phil.
Yes.
Your name completely left my head. Your name completely left my head. So
it's hard to remember. It's a hard name. four letters.
Bro, don't. Maybe
just quickly. Yeah. The future's bright. The future's orange. I think we're confident enough to go for major trophies now. I know we won a minor trophy with the League Cup. I call that minor for a big club. Major trophies for me is European Cup and Champions and the league title. I think under Ten Hag, that's what we should be pushing for next season.
I think this season we're not finished. We're not finished this season.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Big up Ten Hag. Big up all the guys in the comments, man.
Guys, Ten Hag's not finished, but we are. We were the agenda. This was a quick one. We're in and out. Guys, take it easy. Cheers. Thanks for